Hey everybody, welcome to my latest video. Today I'm going to be heading out to bottom bounce the Detroit River, and specifically without using live bait. I'm going to be using a Bondi worm on a crawler harness, just like that, a single hook crawler harness, and you'll see how effective it is. You know, bottom bouncing, you never saw people doing it 20 years ago on the Detroit River. It's gaining popularity, and it's a very cheap and inexpensive way to fish. All you need is basically a 7-foot medium action bait cast rod, some 20-pound braid, some 2 to 2.5 ounce bottom bouncers, which are so cheap, and a cheap little crawler harness. You can help yourself by making little adaptations to these rigs. I use a ball bearing swivel right there to help minimize line twists, and on my crawler harness I put a little float. I'll take a couple beads off there and I'll put a little float on there, and that helps keeps the rig from catching the bottom snags. Again, I got a Bondi worm on there, single hook. As far as blades go, you know, if it's cloudy or the water's dirty, I'll use a bright chartreuse or an orange or something like that. If the water's real clear and it's sunny, you use a golds, coppers, silvers. They really like that flash. Styles, you can use a Colorado blade, big or small. Most of the number 4 is probably the most popular. Hatchet blades have become popular. All kinds of these, you know, deep cup Colorados and this and that. But it's a very basic rig. Some guys will put a crawler on there with this, like a 1/2-inch piece of night crawler. It's effective as well. But that's the basic rig for bottom bouncing in the river. So this time of year when we're doing this technique, oftentimes it's pretty deep. So 30, 40, 45 foot in the river, some of the deepest water out there. And it's just as simple as having your boat drift maybe a 1/2 mile faster than the current's going. So ideally, you want the wind blowing you down the river. It's hard when the wind's blowing, say, from the south and it's blowing hard up the river in the lower river. It's very difficult. So what I do is I'll wait for the days where the wind is northeast or east and it's going to blow me down the river, so I really don't have to pull myself with the electric. But if it's dead calm, just take your electric and just ease yourself down a little faster, and that helps lift the rig up. It's such an easy and fun thing for kids to do this too. I mean, if you're not that good at jigging, just wait until the weather gets nice and give this bottom bouncing a try. It's so effective, and it's just a matter of letting it down and then reeling them up when they bite. It's a real easy technique. One of the inherent problems with bottom bouncing is your rigs will often get all tangled up when you reel them back to the boat. So a couple of things: use a ball bearing swivel where you attach the crawler harness to the bottom bouncer weight. Also, when you're letting it down or retrieving it, reel it slow. If you let it down fast, that thing is all going like this through the water, and it's just going to tangle up. Your crawler harness is going to be all around your main line. When you're reeling it in, same thing. Just reel it slow like this, and it keeps that whole rig from spinning in the water. When you get a fish on, you're going to reel slow anyways too. So just remember those two things. Don't let it down fast and don't reel it in too fast. That's very important. So you're going to be basically keeping this thing on a 45-degree angle behind the boat as you drift. And when I have that bottom bouncing weight on the bottom, I'm not dragging the bottom. I'm just ticking it every once in a while to know I'm down there. If you're dragging it too hard, you're probably too far out on a different angle. Get it closer to the boat, have that sinker just every once in a while tick the bottom, and then you know you're down there. When you get a fish, just slowly start reeling. You don't really have to do a lot, it's just a matter of reeling it up. Softer rod probably help with that too. Just start reeling and then have your buddy get the net. Also, be careful, wear sunglasses, because if you lose a fish at the boat, that bottom bouncing weight with that sharp wire on the end, if you got kids in the boat, that thing's coming flying back at you. And I've seen things almost happen out there. So make sure you wear sunglasses when you're doing this, and just be safe.